Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Marina Blackford, and today I want to share with you how to live your best life during cancer. I am a breast cancer survivor, I am a Boston Marathon runner, I'm a mom to a 2-year-old, and baby number 2 is on the way soon. I am 35 weeks pregnant, so that's exciting. But today's video is all about how you can live your best life during cancer. That being said, these tips you can take with you and use at any point in your life that you're feeling a little out of control or down, and you can apply it to your life after cancer. So here are 7 tips for you to take and use right now. All right, so tip number 1 for living your best life during cancer is to have goals. Okay, so I had a cancer diagnosis 5 years ago, and it was shocking. I was 31, I was fairly young, but there was a family history of breast cancer, so as shocking as it was, it's always shocking when it's you personally, even though you may know somebody that's been through it. So if you're here, I feel you. And I'm going to tell you to have a goal, something set in motion basically. So when I was diagnosed with cancer the week before, I had just qualified for the Boston Marathon, which was huge. This was something I'd been working at. It took me 3 years to do, and I had just met that goal. And then I was diagnosed with cancer. So you can imagine how that felt, but at the same time I was so thankful to have that goal set in motion, because then here I was given something that I had no control over, being diagnosed with cancer, but I had this other thing to work towards and to live for and to distract me. So I'm going to tell you to try and set a goal, whatever it is. Maybe it's to feel good during cancer. Maybe your goal is to walk every day, that you feel well. This goal doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be run the Boston Marathon like mine, but to have a goal is going to have you have something to work towards, and it's going to help you stay focused, keep your eye on the prize. Maybe your goal will be to get stronger and more in shape, after cancer. Maybe your goal is to connect with family and friends more because you haven't been doing that and you want to do that. So set goals, write them down. It's going to help get you through this time in your life where you feel like you don't have any control. So that's number 1. All right, number 2 is to get a second opinion. I always recommend doing this to anybody that tells me they've had a diagnosis, is to always get a second opinion on your treatment. The doctors you're going to see that are going to treat you, so maybe a second opinion from an oncologist, a second opinion from another surgeon, but get the second opinion, because in the end, whatever you end up going with, it's going to make you feel more confident in that decision for what you choose. So second opinion for sure. Okay. And you can apply that to like life after cancer, by the way. Okay, so here I am, a mom of 1, about to be a mom of 2. I will go to YouTube and look up what to put in my hospital bag. Okay, and I'll watch a video or 2 on what to pack on my hospital bag, and I'll get an opinion of other people. So in life, this is always a good thing to do. All right, number 3 is to trust your decision. And what I mean by that is, so now you've made a decision. You've gotten your second opinion, you've picked your doctor, you've picked your medical center, your route of treatment. Now dive in, trust it. You've gone with your gut to choose who you're gonna go with, this path that you're choosing. That being said, you could always make changes later, but just trust that gut decision and dive in. So I went to MD Anderson locally for my treatment, and I dove in. Like, I loved my oncologist. The cancer center was very nice and clean and organized, and I found the wellness center there, and I dove into like, what do you have that I could do? They had acupuncture. I said, sign me up. I looked into my insurance benefits, what I could do. I mean, pretty much everything you can get done once you've been diagnosed. So deductibles, all that, you're going to meet all that. So just like do anything extra that you can, and just really dive into that path. What else can I add to that? Oh, I'm going to add in this little thing that I would tell people, which is when I was at chemo, I would treat it like I was flying first class. Okay, and you can see a little bit more about that in my chemo hacks video, so I'll attach that link down below. You're going to hit the little carrot looking button, and I'll have some links for you. But yes, treat chemo like you're flying first class, meaning I've never flown first class, but I would show up to chemo and I would, be offered a warm blanket, and I'd say, absolutely, I would take 2 warm blankets. I mean, whatever. Volunteers would come around and offer you water and snacks. Yes, please. Do you want to watch a movie? Sure. Like, just dive into it, like the experience, like make the most of it. When do you ever get to sit and put your feet up in life and just do that for yourself? All right. Number 4 is be willing to change. I know. Be willing to change some life habits. I would say mainly your diet is a big one to look at. And I talk about that more in my chemo hacks video. And if I don't, I'm going to make sure I have another video on that. But yes, I do talk about that. So be willing to change, okay? Look at your diet. Am I eating the best things for me? I mean, you can look at it on a real simple level and know if you're eating too much fast food, processed food, things that are not serving you. Look at your sleeping routines. Are you going to bed at a good time? Are you relaxing your mind before you go to bed? Just be willing to really do those things. Got my doggies here. And so mainly health stuff. Like, be willing to really look at your life closely and make some changes. And that's, again, how to live your best life during and after cancer. All right, my next tip is number 5, choose to live your life. I mean, I'm speaking to you right now, like to you. You need to choose to live your life. If not now, no one else is going to do it for you, and there's no better time than now. You've been given a serious diagnosis that can be scary depending on what stage they gave you. I was stage 2. I'm so thankful it wasn't more advanced, that we caught it when we did. But you have to choose to wake up every day and decide if you're gonna, make things happen for yourself. So that's not easy to do every day when you have not good news and kind of feeling down, but I just chose to live my life, and I'm telling you, it made everything better. How did I do that? So I was dating my now husband when I was diagnosed, like dating, like months in, like barely. And we'd have a real talk, like, can I date you and do this? Like, go through chemo, lose my hair, lose my breasts, save my life, And my husband was so real with me and said, I don't care about that stuff. I want to date you and get to know you. And we did that. And so we went to dinners, and we went dancing, and we went to the movies. And I did all these things with no hair and knowing I was going to go through surgery. And it was like the more I just acted and felt like myself, my husband didn't even see those things, and your friends won't, and your family won't. It's so external. It's so you. What they see and feel is your energy. So that can only come from you. So I would encourage you to please keep living your life the best way you can. Number 6, this is so cheesy, but I'm going to say it. Never give up. And I mean this. If you're going to live your best life during and after cancer, you can't give up. You need to tell yourself it. You need to get up every morning. You need to look in the mirror, and you need to say, I will beat this. When you go into something with that mentality, no one can stop you. And it doesn't matter if it makes a turn for the worse, because you still have that fighter mentality, and you need to, and I'm telling you, do it. And my last tip, number 7, is to give yourself permission to be weak. So kind of seems like it goes against the last tip here, but give yourself permission to have days where you're feeling down and maybe you need to cry and let it out. You need to release those emotions, like feel it, please, but you're just not allowed to stay there. That's what a friend of mine said that is a 20-year oncology nurse. She said, have your bad day and then get out of bed and get on with it. And so that's the best advice I can give you, is to feel those emotions and then get back to all these things we just talked about. Going back to number 1, set goals. Number 2, did I get a second opinion? Number 3, did you trust your decision and dive in? Number 4, be willing to change. Number 5, choose to live your life. And number 6, never give up. That last thing, I want to share with you a book that I thought was really great. It was shared with me when I was diagnosed. It came from Stuart Scott, and it's called Everyday I Fight. And it's so powerful. And so find positivity survivors, YouTube videos like this that are going to inspire you and lift you up. You'll need it. I encourage you to do that. So this is just one thing that encouraged me. But even though Stuart Scott did end up losing his fight to cancer, his positivity during it was just so inspiring. So I hope you get something from that. I'm going to read the quote on the back of the book. It says, "When you die, it does not mean that you lose to cancer. You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live." That's from Stuart Scott. So I will be thinking of you, sending positive vibes out there into the world for you to live your best life during cancer and after. I hope you're staying well. These times are kind of crazy with COVID, so just peace, love, thrive. And look for more videos coming from me. I think I'm going to start making some mom videos soon because I'm just feeling really inspired by all of my experiences. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you subscribe. Find me on Instagram at Marina Blackford. Bye.